It's interesting. You dive into some of the FATF stuff. Last year, they had released pre-pandemic guidance on, really using digital systems for onboarding and some of the standards by which, folks needed to get that done in a robust and reliable way. And that really opened up their definition of what is, reliable documentary evidence in those regards. And it seems like some of that made its way into the central bank's really pandemic guidance to relax what was required of institutions. And yet, from what we've heard, and maybe different, it seems like they are not quite ready to adopt that long term, but they're just waiting on the pandemic to end so they can roll back to the old requirements, because for whatever reason, they feel like the FATF maybe doesn't know as much about the on-the-ground situation here around fraud and using paper and all that stuff, that, it might be best to go back.
That to me sounds like a cop-out on behalf of organizations, because, okay, the world is going digital. Let's start there. Yeah. We were slow in adopting it. Maybe it's a cultural thing, maybe cultural fears. I know last year at the height of the pandemic, the government started talking about digitizing the economy. There's actually a ministry of government now dealing with that. And it pushed us a little quicker.
True.
To start doing some of those things. And it was around March last year. Well, it wasn't only central bank, it was a joint statement from central bank, FIU, and TTSEC in terms of these relaxed or simplified due diligence onboarding measures. Now, there were some companies that were slow in accepting. And and you would understand this from an IT point of view, there are people who, simply because they do not understand IT, there is this fear, or maybe they've watched too many movies, so that they think that around every corner is a hacker. Right? Now, at the same time, they do not seem willing to accept that there are methods to protect your data if you are really concerned. Because in chatting with a number of IT managers, you would hear things like, the CEO of the board seems to think that IT simply wants the newest toy. Not that IT is trying to protect the organization. You can't have it both ways. Part of the culture, and I've seen this back in the days when I was heavier into IT, that you struggle to explain to an end user, finance department, HR department, that a post-it note with your password stuck on the screen of the laptop is not the best place.